Adam, let me ask you a question.
Yeah, what's up?
When do you consider the Christmas season over? Is it like literally the day after Christmas?
I'll give it till January 1st.
January 1st, okay.
That's it. Fucking wrap it up, you're done.
So you've been New Year's Eve upstages. Now, do you do New Year's Eve at all still?
I mean, not really, unless there's a party going on, but there hadn't been any parties in the last couple of years because that fucking track plague happened and nobody's doing parties now, so. Last night was it's New Year's Day. Hey, Happy New Year's, people.
Happy New Year's. We're recording this on January 1st, 2024. It's going to be a very normal year.
It's going to be a very normal year. So last night for New Year's, I'll give you examples, a little slice of life of my New Year's. We didn't buy any fireworks, kind of broke at the moment. So I let my son make homemade fireworks, which involved a lot of tape, popsicle sticks, and matches. And, I'll tell you, if you tape like 10 matches to a popsicle stick, that fucker will burn, man. It'll burn for a while.
If you need $14 to buy fireworks, just give me a call. I'll Venmo you.
No,
so your son can have a Merry Christmas.
I'd rather spend that on food for my child.
No. It'll say Uncle Bobby wants you only to buy explosives with this.
My kid would be fine with that.
I'll just give a meal or two to blow some shit up. The reason I ask is we're always so late to the party to decorate for Christmas, and I never want to take it down. I'll be like, no, I'll leave it up till Valentine's Day. That's right. When the wise men showed up to Jesus at Valentine's Day.
All I know is this, I might have talked about this last time. I don't remember. I've talked about it a lot in the last month. When you go to fucking Walmart in September, there's already Christmas shit. They get rid of their Halloween shit before Halloween's done to make way for Christmas shit. There are full stores that won't even sell Halloween shit because they want to sell Christmas shit. Fuck you, Christmas.
I went to the grocery store today, and the holiday section was already Valentine's Day.
Well, that's good.
It skipped right over MLK Day. Skipped right over. Well, the reason I ask Adam is because there's a couple things. One, like I was saying, I don't like to take my Christmas decorations down because I usually do the week before Christmas. Right. It's so much work.
You just put them up.
But also, you've only put out maybe 1.5 Christmas episodes, not for everyone podcast. And one thing we forgot to do, and I'm not going to hold you accountable. Yeah, it's fine.
Sure.
But I forgot to give you your present.
Oh, shit, yeah.
I forgot to give you your presents. Present. There's just...
Is it happening?
Yeah.
I didn't even want to talk about the last present you gave me. It makes my heart's breaking right now, but still.
All right. You ready for this?
Oh, God.
It's a beautifully wrapped white Christmas paper.
Let me explain this to you, folks. So we've got a nicely wrapped Christmas present. I'm going to guess, just from the feel of this, I'm going to say VHS.
Shake it real good.
Oh, yeah, that's VHS.
Sounds like...
What I really, really like about this
disc
is that it seems as if you took the time to tape a little attachment onto it that has the name to this person from that person.
Yeah, but I did write it.
You didn't write anything on it.
Well, yeah.
I'm trying to fill it, to tape it on there.
Yeah.
But you didn't write a fucking name.
I couldn't find a pen.
It's fine. I
couldn't find a red or green pen.
Let's open it up. Let's see what this real fucking present. Ooh, it's a VHS. I was correct. It's yellow. It's yellow. What is this? An Ernest movie? Is this Medea movie? Oh, no. Even better. It's Monkey Trouble. He's cute. He's cuddly. He's a klepto. Monkey Trouble. This one...
Starring Thor.
Well, hallelujah. It's a Christmas miracle a week after the event.
Adam, I gotta complete with you right now.
Don't monkey around, Bobby.
I'm done monkeying around with the Christmas monkey. Christmas is almost over. You don't monkey with a Christmas monkey when he's sad that Christmas is almost over.
Correct.
Let me get you your real present. I'm gonna give you your real present.
Fuck's sake. I don't have any present for you. You realize that.
That's okay. That's okay. Good. There's your real present right there.
This also feels as if it's a VHS, and it feels like it's one of the clamshell VHSs.
I don't know. You'll have to give it a shake.
Your level skills are extrasensory perception, or at least my ability to feel things with my hand. It's Ed. It's Ed the Minor League Monkey movie. It's a movie with Matt LeBlanc. Who the fuck is Matt LeBlanc? Is that dude from Friends? Is that Joey from Friends with a monkey?
Don't act like you don't know about Matt LeBlanc or Ed starring Matt LeBlanc about the monkey that plays baseball.
Is that Richard Dreyfuss? I can't see, but Richard Dreyfuss.
No, that's Jack Palance, isn't it?
It's Jack Warden.
Jack Warden. Same fucking thing. That's equally cool.
I'm noticing there's a theme here, a monkey movie theme, Bobby.
Adam, let me break the pattern you've noticed. And give you your real Christmas present.
Oh, wait, Monkey Trouble with Ed starring Matt LeBlanc aren't my real present?
I thought you were a fan of those movies.
I am now, because I now own them. You know, I know that Prince of Darkness movie you gave me. I don't want to just scrape the ice off my windshield.
Well, you can't have monkey trouble then.
Okay, well.
So seriously, let me get you a real present.
Real fucking yes. I can wait. It's another VHS. I can tell before you open it. It's a fucking VHS. What shitty movie stars a monkey?
You love monkey movies.
I hope this one has Clint Eastwood. I'm fucking praying that at least Clint Eastwood are comparable. At least, no,
It has an orangutan.
no, it's Dunstan checks in.
It's like the prequel to Any Which Way But Loose.
It came out long after Any Which Way But Loose.
It's the prequel to Any Which Way But Loose.
You know who it has in it? It has the fat guy, Otho, from Beetlejuice is in it.
Yeah, that's good. Better him than the other guy.
Yeah, this was directed by Ken Caplis. Thanks, Ken Caplis.
What does the old tagline on the box say?
A delightful and funny family film. That's not much of a tagline. That's more of a review.
Have you noticed a theme, Adam? Is
Monkeys.
and it's also Christmas.
It's Christmas monkeys.
And you are.
I'm a Christmas monkey.
You need lots of movies about monkeys to watch on Christmas time. But I gotta be honest with you, Adam. That's not even your real fucking. That's not your real present. None of those. I mean, those are fun and novel. Okay, you don't have to keep them. It is kind of a joke.
I'm gonna keep these.
But I'm gonna keep it real right now.
Mm-hmm.
And let you know that I'm going to give you your real, like seriously, I don't have any more. This is your real Christmas present coming at you right now.
Right now. Okay. It's a fucking VHS. It's not a VHS.
It's not a VHS.
This is not a VHS. This isn't a long thing. I'm guessing it's a Swatch watch.
This is a fucking awesome Christmas. What this?
If this isn't, I mean, listen, I'm gonna be honest, before I even open this, before I finish opening this, if this is just bullshit, I'm happy with Ed, Monkey Trouble, and Dunstan Checks in.
Oh, good.
But let's see what this is. Let's see if this can, like...
I mean, this is definitely the icing on the cake.
Is this Instance? Is this Instance?
No.
It's like an Instance box. No, this is something from Congo the movie. It's a watch! It's a Congo the movie watch!
I got you a Congo the movie watch.
That's still a watch box.
That's still in...
Fuck yeah!
In the package. I think if they sold them at Taco Bell in the 90s. Let me see that thing. I didn't even get to look at it.
Dude, look at the monkey eye on that vid.
Fucking clean, bro.
Dude!
We are watching you.
Did you say that?
Tim Curry said.
Oh, is Tim Curry in that movie?
Yeah.
Wow.
I believe that is.
It does say we are watching you.
You're going to get so much fucking monkey ass.
I'm going to get so much this fucking thing.
Monkey ass.
I mean, sure. Do you think it still works?
That thing is clean, dude. That is straight out of the package. It's a bright, I believe Taco Bell sold when you bought like a value meal when the movie Congo came out in like 1995.
So, I don't think it works anymore, Bobby.
No, you got to put a battery. And I'm sure that battery's leaking.
I mean, if you look at the screen, the screen, it's a digital watch. If you look at the digital screen, it looks as if the pixels have bled. I think this thing is past its prime. You know what? It's not going to stop me from doing. Put it on my fucking wrist.
You don't have to wear it.
Oh, I'm wearing this bitch.
Why would you wear that, Adam?
Because it looks fucking,
Why else would you wear it?
Because I'm a Christmas monkey!
Thrill me. You know, there's gorillas in these woods.
Mortis, what's that?
It's all in the reflexes.
Chicken's good. I like chicken.
I'd buy that for $1.
Oh, wait. Was she a great big fat person?
I drink your milkshake.
Carpet Day!
You make me want to be a better man.
I'm running this monkey farm now, Frankenstein, and I want to know what the fuck you're doing with my time!
See you at the party, Richter.
Yeah.
Look, and actually the blue wristband goes really good with my blue tattoo on my left.
That is definitely a conversation piece.
It is.
Like people will be like, "What's that watch?"
There you go. That's Congo.
It's Congo.
You know what time it is in Congo? It is
It only is set to the time of Congo.
Time to drop them pants, though, lady. I know you want some of this Christmas money.
Time for political upheaval.
Congo. Well, I gotta say, that's better than what I got you, Bobby.
What'd you get me?
Fucking other thing.
Hey, that's all right. Enjoy Monkey Trouble.
And Ed.
Dunstan checks in, and your Congo watch, I got to be honest with you, Adam. I don't have another present for you, but there was a fourth movie that I bought, and I got here, and it's so clean.
You had to keep it.
I decided to keep it for myself.
It was the Clint Eastwood one that you kept the fucking Clint Eastwood one, didn't you, motherfucker?
No, I would never give you that. Something that's awesome. That had anything to do with me, but
Good monkey was
Dude.
the big guy.
I'm keeping this for myself.
Going bananas with Dom DeLuise?
And
Is that fucking Dynamite?
Jimmy Walker.
Oh.
It's a canon film with Don DeLuise and Jimmy Walker about a talking monkey.
Can we watch this for the show?
Your words, not mine. I will definitely watch Going Bananas.
Fairly.
You're going to hate it.
Is it bad?
Dude,
Is it bad?
it's a canon. It's kind of funny because of how racist it is.
I bet, dude.
If we're being honest.
I mean, literally, it was like a knockoff Fred Savage.
But I want to say that Going Bananas with Tom DeLuise and Jimmy Walker, this is like 1988. Hey, that's a good year.
I'm telling you, that might be a banger. You watch that?
Yeah, I've seen it. It's a good year. I want to say that in the original script, the chimp that befriends the boy, I think it's just about escorting a chimp through
Going bananas.
through Africa. But the chimp, I want to say, don't quote me on this. I'm pretty sure this is true. The chimp was originally just written to be a chimp. And they're like, no, fuck that. We got to make it a talking chimp.
Wait, the monkey talks in this movie?
Yeah, the monkey. I'm pretty sure the monkey talks.
Oh, fuck, yeah.
So it's like a little person inside of a chimp.
See, listen, I'll say this, Bobby. If I'm the Christmas monkey.
I'm keeping that one.
Okay. If I'm the Christmas monkey, I want to be the kind of Christmas monkey from Going Bananas, not Dunstan Checks In. Now,
Monkey Trouble, Chris. No, Monkey Trouble.
I know Laser Monkey from Congo with the watch for watching you. That's legit.
Now it's time for hashtag Ask Not For Everyone. Christmas edition. Adam, this one goes strictly to Adam.
Oh, we have a question. We asked
This one goes strictly to Adam.
I forgot we even did ask stuff for everybody. I love it. Let's do it.
If you could, which is the truest Christmas monkey?
This is just you asking right now.
Which is the truest, which would be the most beneficial or Christmas appropriate monkey to be at Christmas time? Dunstan from Dunstan Checks In, the little person dressed as the chimp from Going Bananas, the little capuchin monkey that steals things. That could come in handy at Christmas time, sure. From Monkey Trouble, or the Malablock baseball playing chimp from Ed.
Well, let's start at the beginning. So I hear the question, and we're going to have to do a process of elimination.
Sure.
Now,
what do we knock out first?
For starters, Monkey Trouble's gone. That motherfucker.
Really?
No, he's gone.
I was going to make an argument. If you had like a Christmas present.
The naughty list. Listen,
That's
this is
true. Okay.
This is like a Miracle on 34th Street. He's not making a Miracle on 34th Street. All right. He's out. Monkey Trouble's
What if
out.
the monkey from Monkey Trouble was like the third wet bandit? That would be a cool episode.
That would be cool.
That'd be a cool episode of Home Alone, the animated series.
You know what? Actually, he's still out.
So because of the naughty list, we're going off the naughty.
Going off the naughty list.
Okay.
Now, Ed, let's take it to Ed, because I'm going to, spoiler alert, Ed's getting eliminated. Why? Because he's a monkey playing baseball, right? And
it's not a very Christmas.
I'm not done.
Okay.
So the time this came out was obviously the time when like Don Mattingly and Jose Canseco. Who was that other fucking juicer? Who was that other juicer?
Daryl Strawberry.
Yeah. Obviously, Ed was from a time when monkeys were using performance enhancement drugs to play baseball. Get the fuck out of here, you phony. Get the fuck out.
And that's the most racist thing you've ever said on this podcast.
Oh, I'm not done. Now, next is Going Bananas. This monkey ain't even American. I'm pretty sure in Swahili, they fucking celebrate Kwanzaa, not Christmas.
I don't think they do celebrate Kwanzaa.
I don't even really know what Kwanzaa is. Anyways, veil of racism aside, Dom DeLuise's monkey's out the fucking door.
Whoa. Wait. What was the reason? Because you don't think they celebrate Christmas in Africa?
Yeah. The monkey's not American.
Okay, that was the most racist thing you've ever said.
Thank you. I was trying to do my thing. So, by process of elimination, it leaves us with Dunstan Checks In. I don't even think Dunstan's a monkey. I think he's a goddamn orangutan.
Yeah. We don't need to talk about monkey semantics.
But yeah, Dunstan wins. Does Dunstan take place Christmas? I've never seen that shit.
I couldn't tell you. The tagline on Dunstan checks in, who is this year's winner of
The most Christmas monkey.
Ask Not For Everyone Most Christmas Monkey, decided by The Christmas.
The actual Christmas.
Is Dunstan the name of the orangutan?
Yeah.
Or is it the name of the kid?
Who would name their fucking kid Dunstan?
Yeah, his name's Kyle. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, he looks like
Kid named Kyle. And there's
the 90s or some shitty kid movies.
Yeah, is there anyone named Kyle before or after the 90s? Because I don't think there is.
There was some born in the 70s. I had a cousin named Kyle. He died early. He died young.
Should have been born in the 90s.
It was a disease that got him. Monkey disease.
It's worse than Christmas monkey disease.
You can't cure the Christmas monkey disease.
Now, what do you think? What do you think Christmas looks like in a village that's been completely decimated by Ebola, the monkey virus?
I don't think that parents would allow their children to believe in somebody bringing them presents.
Okay, yeah, I'm not even
trying to be a dick. I'm just saying, if I was poor and destitute and lived in a wasteland, I wouldn't be like, you get presents at Christmas because you're lucky you had a meal today.
Christmas around the world is celebrated by very poor people, and it's not about the presents. It's about Dunstan checks in and Ilky Trouble at the local Sri Lankan theater. They just got these movies on Christmas.
Let's just say 2,000 years from now, civilization's been wiped out. And the only left instance of the idea of Christmas is this particular episode of our podcast somehow survives the next 2,000 years.
You have to ask yourself, for these two fat fucks.
I'm not as bad as I usually am. And all they think about is the Christmas monkey. And they're talking about Dunstan. They make
Bill and Ted.
2,000 years from now, these future people are making up this Christmas holiday revolved around Dunstan checking in.
We think you're losers. What movie is that from?
I don't know.
Bogus Journey.
Oh, yeah, it's Bogus Journey.
We think you're losers.
Who says that?
Whenever fake Bill and Ted, I watched this. Was just going to movie recap.
Oh, nice.
Movie recap. I watched Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey real quick. You've all seen it before, but when fake Bill and Ted
killed
the robot. Robot Bill and Ted.
So badass.
Yeah.
They throw him off a cliff.
No. And they call him f***ings too, which is very acceptable.
Very 19
for a child's movie. But they impersonate the princesses, right?
Yeah.
I think it's Keanu Reeves. Which one's that? Bill.
Yeah, it's Bill. No. He's Ted.
He's telling the real Bill and Ted that we're breaking up with you on the phone over the point.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, we think you're losing.
That's right. That's a deep cut there, Bobby.
I recommend Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey.
It's great. It's a great fucking movie. Oh, are we doing that?
Let's go to movie recap.
Movie recap!
We think you're losers. Now, I think you have a part 2 for me today because apparently your son recently told us something.
Shut up. So I've been watching a lot of the entertainment on the television type thing. Yeah, different forms of entertainment.
You're not going to take up tennis anytime soon.
No, none of that shit. So my kid brought up a point to me the other day. It's yesterday. He said, Dad, have you watched anything other than Godzilla in the last month? And I stopped. I started to pause. I'd pause and think about it. I said, hey, we went and saw that movie, right? We saw -1. He's like, that was Godzilla. I said, oh, yeah. I said, we went and saw that other movie. He's like, okay, that was another movie. And then I was like, oh, I watched Fargo. He's like, oh, yeah, you watched every season of Fargo.
What do you think that's going to sound like when he's telling his therapist about his father?
Dude, he's way too young for it there.
No, I'm saying in 20 years from now, he's a great guy, watched a lot of fucking Godzilla movies.
Listen, my child is well aware of my religious beliefs. And I will remind you, for all of you who have not heard them before, my personal religious beliefs. Because I am very open-minded gentleman. I say, hey, listen, people out there, you got a lot of these dumbass make-believe gods you like to worship. And I'm all for that. More praise to you. Worship whoever the fuck you want. Because I decided in my own personal time that I'm afraid of 2 deities. All right. It's like a holy trinity. There's only 2 of them. Right. It's Godzilla and Dracula.
The third is Detective Pikachu.
I wouldn't. Maybe
Come on, Adam. Detective Pikachu can be the Holy Ghost.
No, I mean, maybe Batman, if I was to really think about it, but even Batman was like a billionaire, so fuck that guy. So no, it's Godzilla and Dracula. It's a duology. It's a holy duology. And that's kind of what the point I've made to my son is like, look, they want to believe in made up fucking gods like Jesus and Krishna.
This is just the flying spaghetti monster approach.
Bingo. But Godzilla says a whole lot more, Bobby.
It's a lot less cunty to say Godzilla rather than
It's not even about cuntiness. Godzilla is like the embodiment of violence and hatred in mankind.
Well, yeah, it's destruction.
Yeah. What it is to me, what I kind of feel in my heart is that Godzilla is like a symbol of humanity's complicity in their own destruction. Mm-hmm. And that's really what it is. That's really what it boils down to.
Is it complicity or is it their
hubris,
ego?
Well, we're complicit.
Yeah, what are you going to do? There's a big lizard crushing the old. Yeah, and wasn't that an allegory for like the atom bomb and all that shit?
Sure it was. But here's the thing with Godzilla. They're like, and I talked about this last episode quite a bit when I started this Bible study that I've been doing for the past month and a half or so. There are so many eras of Godzilla. And it really reminds me of, the joke The Simpsons made about Jeebus. Like, do you want a happy God or do you want a vengeful God?
I think it was called The Bus That Couldn't Slow Down.
So yeah, Godzilla's got all those covered, right? You got the happy Godzilla, like the defender of the world Godzilla. You got the vengeful Godzilla who's just there to destroy mankind because mankind has wrought destruction on this world. That's how I see my Godzilla, right? My Godzilla it's born from the hubris of man. Perhaps it's like the biostructure of Earth. Godzilla is the antidote for the virus that is humanity. And I love people. I'm a people person, but I do think that humanity needs to be stopped in a Godzilla-esque manner.
Honestly, man, I think that Godzilla does resonate to a degree because, in our genetic, DNA, our inherited, memories or whatever. Mm-hmm. Like we have as a species experienced the destruction probably multiple times.
What, by man?
Yeah, I mean, man or whatever man's action causes this XYZ, reset.
I mean,
and I think that Godzilla may resonate with a lot of people because we on a deep level, we fucking are familiar with that.
We see what we've done. Like everybody knows that Godzilla showing up to destroy mankind, it's our own goddamn fault and it's justifiable.
Right. Well, let's back up because I'm not, for the audience that isn't as familiar and myself for that matter.
Sure.
Well, I mean, what is the origin story, not the production, but like
of Godzilla?
Of Godzilla, yeah.
Oh, the original.
Give me Godzilla Bible Genesis chapter 1.
So there's this dude, he was a producer dude named, I can't pronounce his name, but it starts with T. But he was flying over the ocean, right? And this was like early 50s. This is after Japan's already been ravaged by World War II, right? Mm-hmm. And they knew that they paid for their own hubris with that, right? Like, I'm sure they knew that there were think about Japan in general, right? Japan has not been in a war since World War II. Couple reasons. One, we took their fucking military away from them. The United States said, hey, you can't have a standing military, only a defense force. You can't go to war. Japan has not been in any war since World War II. They're not allowed to go to war.
God forbid.
But what has it done for Japan? Right? Like they're like...
They spend all their money not on the military and they spend it all on badass technology and getting smarter than the rest of the world.
Right. Knowing their birth rates are real low. But still, like I say, you're absolutely right. Like that's the thing. They've not been focusing on war. And so the whole idea of Godzilla was like the guy's flying over the ocean and he thinks to himself, like, what if there was something out there? What if there was something out there that just came up and got us, that came for humanity for what we've done? Tomoyuki Tanaka.
It's almost a Lovecraftian thing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm sure. What got the Godzilla movies going was at the time in America, what were really popular were the giant monsters.
The Cold War stuff.
Giants, giant this, giant that. And so Japan decided to make one. And when they made it, sure. And when they made it, like Ishiro Honda is the guy who directed it. And he was like a director with some chops. And like they put a lot of, if you watch the original Godzilla movie, the 1954 Godzilla, that is a fantastic movie. And the whole concept is this, like we as Japan just got ravaged in a war. We got ravaged like we never have before, right? And all of a sudden, 10 years later, a giant monster shows up to fucking do it again. So that was the real fear that it brought to Japan.
Okay, I like the
And that resonated with the Japanese people.
Sure. But
also,
was Godzilla himself like a product of? I know I've heard like he's a god. I've heard there's like the allegory with the atom bomb stuff. Like, where does he come from?
well, there's the thing. There's so many Godzillas.
Did they retcon it?
No, there's different eras. I'll get into that in a minute.
Oh.
The original Godzilla was, it was caused by the nuclear radiation,
Okay.
caused by nuclear bombs and nuclear testing. It caused the fucking lizard or the ancient dinosaur to grow to huge, disproportionate sizes and just want to come ravage us and rampage on us, right? That was
Okay, so
the original.
is there like a smaller? What is he, an iguana?
No, that's the American version. There's been a lot of Godzillas.
But I mean, like, what is the atomically poisoned version of Godzilla? Like a normal lizard? Like, what species of lizard is it?
So Godzillasaurus.
Yeah, that's not. Was it a Gila monster? Those things are.
Do you want me to answer the question?
Those things are horrifying.
Yeah, they are pretty.
Did you ever see that crocodile hunt where he got shitty took the tree of the fucking Gila monster?
No, I didn't see that.
Not a Gila monster, a Komodo dragon. That's
Totally different thing.
I know they're both deadly as fuck. Though is why.
Yeah, they got
confused.
they get the enzymes.
When the crocodile hunter got chased up a tree by a Komodo dragon, but I'm just like, what the fuck is the camera guy doing? Like, how come that thing's not attacking the camera?
Right, yeah.
I think it's all bullshit.
Fucking reality
That-
TV's
That
bullshit.
guy's alive.
I'd rather have an iguana in like a rubber suit that's chasing him around and know it's fake.
I think he's still alive.
fucking Sting, right? Yeah, okay, Sting.
He was tired. He was tired of fame, and he wanted to just like.
Oh, crikey! I thought get out of here. I've been going to walkabout. We got pretend like a stingray. Got me in the heart.
He lives in secret in New South Wales with Paul Hogan.
Is Paul Hogan then?
I think he's almost an angel though.
Okay.
Not almost an angel. What is that? What is that called?
I'm talking about Godzilla.
No, wait. We'll go back to what's the Paul Hogan movie where he's an angel?
I don't know. What was that? I'm thinking Yahoo Serious and the Young Einstein. That was something else altogether.
Wait. It was Almost an Angel. I was confused Almost an Angel with Highway to Heaven with that guy from Little House on the Prairie.
I don't like any of that shit, Bobby.
You never seen Almost an Angel with Paul Hogan?
It sounds familiar, but it also sounds like something you might even made up.
You think about, you ever see Oh God and
Listen, I started hearing about Paul Hogan the second Yahoo Serious hit the fucking airwaves.
How is Yahoo Serious remotely going to replace Paul?
They're Australians.
Yahoo Serious is Australian?
Oh, Yahoo Seriously, he's fucking Australian.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with his work, to be honest.
Young
On the
Einstein.
Young Einstein.
You ever seen Young Einstein?
Did he do much after Young Einstein?
In Australia, he sure should.
Yeah,
He's
I bet
a
he did.
fucking cultural phenomenon.
Australian comedy is amazing, especially that Yahoo Serious.
What was that shrimp on the Barbie movie? Was that Yahoo Serious or was that Paul Hogan?
No, that was Crocodile Dundee.
Paul Hogan.
Well,
Okay.
there's one you haven't mentioned yet, a little number with Tom Selleck called Quigley.
Oh, but that's not even really Australia. But if it was,
It's
they should have
set
fucking
Australia.
cast. They should have cast Paul Hogan as Quigley.
No, Tom Selleck. That's like all people know Tom Selleck for is like Blue Bloods, Magna PI, and Quigley Down Under.
The fuck is Blue Bloods?
It's some boomer show about cops my dad watches. It's very popular amongst that crowd.
To this day, is it out now?
I think so. I think he might start. Maybe I think there's a lot
We're
of.
talking about Magnum PI.
No, Blue Bloods.
No, we're talking about Tom Selleck, aka Magnum.
Yeah, what else can you name with Tom Selleck?
Runaway.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good one.
Oh, is that Burt Reynolds?
No, that's Tom Selleck.
Is it?
Yeah. That's, Gene Simmons, Tom Selleck.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
But what else is there?
I mean,
I know we're forgetting something.
I'm not sure.
Oh, Mr. Baseball.
Sorry, Tom.
Mr. Baseball.
When he in Friends, did he like fuck?
Yeah, I mean, that was after he was Tom
Or
Selleck.
was that Burt Reynolds?
No, that was Tom Selleck.
Why am I confusing those?
He was in season 2 of Friends.
You think that Tom Selleck's whole career is all based because of Burt Reynolds?
No, they're not remotely the same.
The stash.
No, yeah, that was just attractive at that time. It was kind of like trim, portly men with mustaches.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you gotta be not portly, but kind of beefy,
Burly.
That's the word I'm looking for.
With the mustache.
I mean, you can't be Leonardo DiCaprio and Matt Damon. They were really aping each other. They're the same thing. It's no, that time, that little
You know, guys
That
with
blonde-
big mustaches are way cooler than those blonde Ponzi fucks.
Blonde Pond. That's a good way to put it. I do love The Departed and Titanic and Catch Me If You Can and
Titanic.
Good Will Hunting.
Dude, Good Will Hunting, really?
Have you seen Good Will Hunting?
That movie.
You never watched this?
Fans that.
You just never watched it.
I was talking shit about that movie today, and I
Really?
thought about it. I thought about it while I was talking all this shit. Have I even seen that?
Hey.
Fuck no, I don't want to see that shit.
Dude, it's awesome.
I'm like a janitor, but I like to solve physical equations that nobody can. No, I on the chalkboard where nobody can see me. No,
Congratulations, you've seen the trailer.
fuck that movie.
No, dude. You need to watch I'll watch The Crow if you watch Good Will Hunting.
You were supposed to watch The Crow anyways, Bobby. Shut the fuck up. No, I'm not gonna watch Good Will Hunting.
All right. I'll watch Dunstan Checks.
So anywho, Godzilla, right? So all the Godzilla movies until Shin Godzilla, they all have the same origin story to answer your question, which was Godzilla, there was nuclear tests. Godzilla fucking showed up in wreck shop. Now in the 90s, which is called the Heisei era, they talked about a Godzilla-saurus, which was a monster that already existed on this island. And then the U.S. did the Bikini Atoll tests, right? And when that happened, that caused the Godzilla-saurus to turn into an actual Godzilla, right? So there's that from the 90s. But it's all the same original plot line of the first one. Every Godzilla movie up until Shin Godzilla, which is the best one in my opinion, everyone had the same origin. They were all based on the original Godzilla. But the majority of them, like everything in the mid-2000s called the Millennium Era, all of them like disavowed any other movie except for the first one. So like each time a new one came out, it was a reboot. It's weird.
So where are we right now in the timeline?
We are in what's
I
called
stopped paying attention after we talked about Almost an Angel.
Right. So currently we're in the fourth era of Godzilla,
Okay.
70th year. We're right now in 2024.
No. Like in the timeline as you're explaining this.
What?
Not now, not literally now, in the right now. I'm saying as you're taking us on the journey of Godzilla on this edition of Movie Recap, where are we? You just said some long ass fucking thing about Godzilla. Okay, period at the end of the sentence. Where are we now? Where's chapter 2? Where are we at in the timeline?
So in terms of my movie recap,
No. In terms of Godzilla. Okay, you've talked about the first origin era of Godzilla, right? You talked about there were 7 movies or whatever in this origin. I was listening. Okay. Is this from 1950 to 19 what? And then where does the next era pick up is what I'm asking.
sure. So the first era of Godzilla,
Jesus Christ.
you don't even know what you're asking.
I know exactly what I just told you what I'm asking.
But it didn't make sense in terms of what I was saying.
Totally does.
We can argue or I can talk.
I'm listening.
So the Showa era was the first era of Godzilla. And my real question about Godzilla, right, is he a wrathful Godzilla or is he a loving Godzilla, right? Because that's the question. Because it's like God. It's like New Testament, Old Testament shit. And over the course of...
I mean, it's in the name.
Right. Over the course of the first era, which is about 17 films, Godzilla starts off as a destructive force of nature.
Mm-hmm.
That's my Godzilla, right? Personally, I love the destructive Godzilla. But as that first era went on into the 60s...
Does he turn and he goes... He becomes like a good guy?
That's a good guy. Yeah. By the end of that first era, by the end of the 70s, throughout the course of the 60s, Godzilla became a force to stop the other monsters.
Right.
Because they realized
domesticated Godzilla.
Well, I think what it was is they realized, like, after the sequel where it was like Godzilla versus another monster, they're like, well, if it keeps going, we're going to have bad guy monsters. Godzilla has to become the hero.
I have a couple of theories here. One, merchandising. Hey, we don't want to just have our kids watch this destructive force. That kind of stuff.
150%. They made more money on the toys.
But let me ask you this. Do you think that the watershed of Godzilla, when he turns away from heel into hero, I guess, anti-hero, whatever, someone that helps humanity, do you think that was because of those things we just listed? Or do you think partially it is because they were doing like a vengeful God versus a merciful God?
I think Godzilla is a creation of humanity, right? And is also 100% a creation of capitalism. So I would venture to say that it was all about the money, which pushed the dictation of the plot lines more so as whether this is a loving God or a vengeful God.
Right. But what I'm saying is, do you think when they wrote it to be the new era of Godzilla, did they have that symbolism in mind at all? Or did it just work out that way?
So like the first 3-4 movies are Godzilla being the bad guy. right?
Right.
It is this Godzilla wrecking the city. There's Godzilla fighting the Southern Monster, and there's Godzilla fighting Mothra. There's Godzilla fighting King Kong. Like Godzilla fought King Kong in like his third movie, and Godzilla lost because King Kong was the good guy, you know. And then it wasn't until like the mid '60s they realized we got to keep doing this because we're doing this because they sell and the kids want the toys. Every year we make a new monster or two, and we make fucking toys of those.
Godzilla the flamethrower.
They still make fucking millions a year off this shit. So they
the bootleg market too.
Oh yeah. I want to go to the Godzilla store in Japan because they have like the real deal shit. And this is so much like tape suspensors of Godzilla on fire. Like fuck yes. So back to the Showa era.
I'd propose you and I should go to Japan one day, like Big Bird did in that movie where he goes to Japan.
Dunstan checks in.
No.
For Christmas monkey with Big Bird.
But I wouldn't want to be with a man that
You can be Big Bird.
Yeah, we take you to Japan and you just come all over that town.
Oh man. You know,
and then you're like kind of like leveled out for a few.
What I would like to do for Japan, because I love Japan. I love the culture.
Just come all over Tokyo.
Well, inside of it,
right,
so to speak. There will be whole generations of more.
That's how you actually do start your Godzilla cult.
I mean, you know what we need to start a Godzilla cult? Dude, I'll tell you what. If Godzilla showed up within a week, there would be worldwide Godzilla cults. There would be people worshiping it saying, kill us, please. A lot of them would be like, oh, we love you because you're good.
A lot of them would be in the San Fernando Valley.
Hopefully he doesn't show up there. He needs to Tokyo, is his graphic. Anyways, I'm getting distracted.
Okay, what's the next era? Okay, so he goes good guy.
He goes good guy. And then when he goes good guy, throughout like the 60s and 70s, like by the end of it, Godzilla was just like a puppy dog superhero that would have tag team wrestling matches against space monsters.
Yeah.
Which is, I love that shit.
So what was the first?
Love that.
Well, I guess Mothra was the first like iconic villain.
Yeah.
Because I remember seeing Mothra in Black. It's one of the earliest.
Yeah. It was, and was
Mothra the first Godzilla?
No. First Godzilla is just Godzilla.
Right.
So there's a couple of movies where it's just Godzilla wreaking havoc, right? It's like Godzilla. Mm-hmm. It's the Return of Godzilla in the 80s. It's the fucking Godzilla, Shin Godzilla, Godzilla -1. It's all just Godzilla. If Godzilla's alone, he's a monster. He's not helping people, right?
Right.
Godzilla becomes a good guy when there's other monsters.
It's kind of the enemy of my enemy is my friend kind of thing.
Right. And with these MonsterVerse movies, the American ones, which are all fuck them, but they started off with Godzilla destroying things, but he's also fighting other monsters, making him the defender of the world, you know? And that's all well and good, but I do like my Godzilla to be a destructive bastard. But I do also like my Godzilla fighting with giant Ultraman ripoffs against robot bugs.
Right.
So
when does it start to get like camp?
They got full camp in like the mid-60s. It was in the mid-60s.
Color, when they switched to color.
It went to color. And you gotta realize too, like Mothra showed up at Godzilla. It was Godzilla versus Mothra, and Godzilla was still a bad guy. Mothra was the good guy. But then Mothra had her own spinoff, right? They did Mothra movies.
Right.
And Rodan, they did Rodan movies. Like Toho made movies for all sorts of monsters we never saw. We just saw the Godzilla ones. And even those we didn't see.
Oh yeah, there's way more. More than just Godzilla.
The ones when we were young, what were around was the original Godzilla.
Voltron.
Well, yeah, Voltron was around too. But I'm just talking about Godzilla. The original Godzilla was known. And then there were the 70s ones, like in the 80s and shit. When I was a kid, I saw the ones from the 70s. And in the 70s, like Godzilla's like this friend with children. And he just fights other bad guy monsters.
Not interested.
Oh, but you know what? I watched all those.
Oh, good.
And they're fucking beautiful, man.
They're beautiful.
They're like Godzilla in a wrestling match. And it's just him and his buddy against some other crazy fucking space monsters or Mecha Godzilla. Fucking Mecha Godzilla.
That leads me to my next question about Godzilla.
Sure.
Now, is it Mecha is a genre in Japan where it's giant fighting robots?
Yeah.
Did the Godzilla thing kind of inspire that?
No. That was already.
It was kind of fused at one point or another.
Well, so at the time in Japan, when these giant monster movies were happening, it was big business in Japan. It wasn't just Godzilla. There was Gamera came out back then. We saw some of that when we were kids. At least I did.
Gamera was still in the Toho universe, though.
No, Gamera and Godzilla are not in the same universe.
Gamera's the
turtle. Big turtle.
No shit.
Fire. And I saw those when I was a kid.
That's not Toho, though?
No, it's not Toho.
It's probably some of the same guys.
Some of the same guys. There's connections.
Like Nintendo and Sega.
Exactly. It's like Nintendo and Sega. It's like a different fucking...
To bring other Japanese...
but also what was huge back then was Ultraman. And these were TV shows. They were like Ultraman ripoffs where there were guys in monster costumes.
What years?
All over.
What decade was this?
In the 60s and 70s.
Ultraman was that far back.
Yeah. Ultraman goes back. And Godzilla's before.
What about Gamera?
I don't know when Gamera started.
Okay.
I don't worship Gamera.
This is your big Japanese
No, this is Godzilla.
load blow episode.
This is just Godzilla. I got a lot of Japanese shit I can blow my load. I'm going to be talking about Street Fighter.
No, you don't have a timer. Let's go.
Godzilla talk with Adam. The budgets were all bullshit. So they're using like stock footage, and all the other movies they're making, there's like reusing footage. But there's some amazing fucking monsters that come out of this time, right? There's Mechagodzilla, which is totally iconic. Like we all know Mechagodzilla. The Mechagodzilla movies were very low rated out of all the Godzilla movies. Those were the ass end of the first era.
Does Mechagodzilla have his own movie?
No, he does not. He was just a bad guy of Godzilla, but fuck, does he look cool?
Isn't there one where like he tears down the Twin Towers?
No. But they made a bunch of Mechagodzilla movies later on. Because again, I'm still in the first era of Godzilla. We're in what's called the Showa era.
Yes.
Named after the emperors, right? And by the end of this, Godzilla's like this dopey good guy who does like leg drops. He does like a flying drop kick. Have you seen
it's
that?
like on wires and shit.
Yeah. And like his tail's in the ground. He's just flying straight forward and drop kicks the motherfucker.
The Matrix.
It's badass, dude. So
You do got to appreciate the, it doesn't look great,
no, it looks great.
but you see the humanity in it.
Okay, so that's the thing, man. When I watch these dozens of hours of Godzilla movies, and you see the backdrops and you see these sets in these monster fights, and you know it's all man-made. Like that's my thing. When I talk about gore, I talk about CG, I want it man-made.
Couple things. So here's my point. I think that, okay, let's take just a random throwaway Godzilla movie from the 70s.
Sure, let's say Godzilla versus Megalon.
Okay, which I've not seen, but for the sake of this,
It's fantastic. It has Gigan and Jet Jaguar.
I think that probably The Matrix, for example, is a better movie than that movie that you just named.
Sure.
However, as far as like appreciating it, like from a like effort,
Mm-hmm.
and I know The Matrix, like that was revolutionary with computers and shit. But like you were saying, when you have that visceral, real, even if it looks like a train set, which it does, or like a Hallmark holiday set,
which it does, and then they just stomp. Like, okay, have you in your real life, anybody?
I'm just saying, I appreciate that art more than The Matrix.
Sure, but have you ever like walked into a place where there's a big set of trains set up with the little houses and stuff? Have you ever and not wanted to just smash through it like Godzilla? Like you see that and you want to like stomp through it like you're a giant.
I've never had that.
Really? Is it just me?
It would be kind of a dick move to smash up somebody's. I mean, I get what you're saying.
But that's what's beautiful about movies is there's whole motherfuckers whose jobs is just to make these ginormous tiny sets that are inevitably going to explode and get stomped on. And the pyrotechnics, I mean, everything is on fucking fire in these movies. And you think to yourself, like, those are like four guys in these huge, uncomfortable suits. And they're in a giant room, like a giant fucking room. And they can't see and they can't hear anything. And there's shit blowing up and they're being set on fire. Like, that's amazing. That's movie magic right there.
Right. So you recommend, let me ask you this.
Godzilla versus Megalon, top notch.
Okay. You watched that one recently too.
Oh, yeah. Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla and Terror of Mechagodzilla, the sequel to that, all fantastic.
All right. Let me ask you a question. We all know how you feel about 1998's Godzilla with Matthew Broderick, Hank Azaria. Who the fuck else is in that movie? We all know how you feel about that, right? Was it Janine Garofalo in that or something?
I'm not watching that. It's possible.
There's someone like that 90s crew.
That could have happened, yeah.
Now,
there's the cast of Mystery Men.
I don't think anyone from Mystery Men was in that movie, to be honest. But now, Adam.
Hank Azaria.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
It's one.
I think he should stick to The Simpsons. He was funny in The Birdcage.
Is he still on The Simpsons? Didn't he used to do like
I think we canceled him.
Did they cancel Hank Azaria for getting a paycheck for 30 years? How dare you?
For making America laugh.
For making us laugh our asses off?
Yeah.
Anyways.
But anyway, what was I saying? Oh, what did you think of the Godzilla Fox Kids animated series?
It's terrible.
Based on the 1998 Godzilla.
Fucking terrible. I only tried to watch that recently. I never tried to watch it as a kid because it was 1998. And I'm like, I saw that Godzilla movie. I said, fuck that Godzilla movie. I'm not watching the cartoon.
You know what was badass of that era? on Fox Kids Saturday morning was Spider-Man animated.
Yeah, Spider-Man's good.
That's X-Men.
How does Spider-Man song go?
I don't remember.
There's a song by fucking
first episode,
Steve Terry from Aerosmith.
The first episode was about Lizard. I remember that because I remember I watched.
Damn, I can't hear it, but you're talking.
Play that shit. Put it right up to that mic.
The Spider-Man theme song. Yeah, you know which ones I'm fucking talking about. 1967.
That's exactly the one we're not talking
That's
about.
exactly what we're not talking about. There it is. Spider-Man.
Yeah, now I remember. But
Yo, active Spider-Man. And that just ties back to how Spider-Man still rip off of Godzilla.
is that?
Radioactive, duh.
No, you can't say that Godzilla has a monopoly on claiming their origin was from being radioactive.
Radioactive, man.
So the Hulk is a ripoff of Godzilla?
Gee, they're both green, motherfucker.
No,
Yeah.
this is bullshit.
Totally. I didn't even think about
Radioactiveness was just a trope because it was the radioactive era.
it. Was the radioactive.
Watch out. So Radioactive Man was a Godzilla ripoff? My eyes, the goggles do nothing.
The goggles do not pay.
Real acid?
Up and them.
What's for lunch today?
Yep, that's how it went down.
Next.
That's
Chicken necks.
chicken necks. Is that what Ralph says? Ralph Wiggum, God bless him. God bless him and what he's done.
But I was going to say that era of Saturday morning cartoons, like the theme songs were fucking bangers.
Was the Godzilla one at the same time?
It was I mean, it was 98, probably maybe a little later.
Huh. I think I stopped watching them by then. I was 18.
Yeah, that's about when I stopped watching it too.
I was like 21.
But it's not like you don't watch cartoons now.
Oh, I
so
love cartoons.
It's a worthy question.
There was like 3 years where I didn't watch, but Godzilla, I've tried to watch it in the last 10 years or so. I was like, this is dog shit.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. I watched Show King when he was born. I was like, oh, look, let's watch Godzilla. And I was like, I don't want to watch this Godzilla. No, this doesn't count.
So how would you rank the animated series, the 1998 one, or the soundtrack to Godzilla?
So I'm not going to talk about any of those Godzillas, but what I'm going to say is this. Over the last couple weeks, let's say the last 1 week, I've watched a bunch of Godzilla movies from the 70s, a few from the 90s, and a few from the 2000s. And they're all totally different flavors of Godzilla, and they're all equally amazing, okay? So the first one we've talked and linked about, right, where it's like tag team wrestling matches with fake Ultraman and fucking Mecha Godzillas, and that's the first era, and those are fantastic. When you get to the 90s, like Godzilla is just like, he's just back to being a terrifying monster, right? But he has to fight other terrifying monsters, like even more terrifying than him. Like Mechagodzilla in the Heisei era, which is the 90s, he was built by the humans to fight Godzilla.
Mhm.
And the old ones, the old Mechagodzilla was all aliens. All those old fucking monsters were all aliens. Oh, they're
Where'd you like the old gods thing coming?
what old gods thing?
Like, isn't that the whole thing with like King of the Monsters and shit? Like,
Oh, that Monsterverse bullshit?
yeah.
That's some old dumb bullshit.
Oh, that's all new?
I ain't talking about that new bullshit.
No, but I'm just saying, like, that's not one of the origins of these monsters is that they're like the old gods being summoned from the fucking depths or whatever.
No. Radiation.
It's all radiation.
Radiation. And then a lot of space aliens and a lot of radiation.
Interesting.
Yeah, and there's dinosaurs and shit. It's like a lot of it is like, it's just dinosaurs are out there. There's like extra hidden. It's like Bigfoot's real. He's like
Arthur
the
Conan Doyle, you know? Arthur Conan Doyle style.
Like Sherlock Holmes.
No, he did fucking The Lost World.
Bigfoot?
Arthur Conan Doyle.
Bigfoot, The Lost World.
What?
Yeah.
What's Bigfoot The Lost World? The greatest movie that's never been made?
Something like that.
Because I'd watch that shit.
We should do that. We should get big suits.
We should
make
a movie
our own
called
Godzilla.
Bigfoot's The Lost World.
Bigfoot, The Lost World. It'll be like a kaiju movie where we have our own suits. We're going to fight it out.
I like this idea.
Yeah.
Austin, give us ideas.
NFV's Bigfoot, The Lost World, coming at you live on stage. We do it as a stage show. So we got to make big Godzilla costumes. We just find out on stage. We have to build little sets.
Well, I thought it was about Bigfoot.
It is, but it's like giant Bigfoot. It's like giant kaiju battle.
You're describing King Kong versus Godzilla.
No, I'm describing Bigfoot as a giant ass monster.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bigfoot, The Lost World.
but on stage.
I think we should go shoot it out in the hill countries of Texas.
Okay. Do I get to wear the big suit?
Sure.
I don't want to be Bigfoot though. I want to be Bigfoot's nemesis. But it can't just be like an albino.
We'll workshop it later.
It could just be an albino Bigfoot. Bigfoot versus the Yeti, but they're ginormous.
No, it's Bigfoot, the Lost World. There has to be a dinosaur in there too.
Yeah, okay.
And we can get that guy that played Shaka to do a cameo.
I'm sure we can get John Mantrix in there.
Shaka, was that his name? Shaka, the little monkey boy from Land of the Lost.
No. So
I'm talking about.
No. So
You know you do.
Oh yeah, from Land of the Lost.
You're just humoring me now.
Yeah. Will Ferrell.
What's his name?
It was Shaka.
Shakma? No, Shakma's the killer monkey movie that we should watch, actually. A monkey in a killer baboon in a hospital.
Why didn't I get Shakma for fucking Monkey Christmas?
Monkey, because
you forgot about that one till now.
Yeah, but
it's Christmas monkey season.
But wait, what is the name of the little monkey boy? I'm going to Google this.
Shakma the monkey.
Monkey Boy, Land of the Lost.
Okay, so I do an actual movie recap.
Hold on a second.
Can I do an actual movie?
Yeah, Shaka. CHA-KA.
Shaka.
He's a small adolescent hominid resembling the extinct Parathorpus apes of Earth. You know what he was? Is he was one of those fucking Space Odyssey apes.
Yeah.
You know, when the obelisk comes down.
Oh, yeah. That's like pre-obelisk.
Yeah, he was one of those.
Instead of the obelisk, those lizard-headed Skeksis or whatever show. They were called.
That's the Dark Crystal.
Skelexes. What are they called? There's something like a Skeksis.
In what?
In the fucking Land of the Lost.
Oh, I thought we were talking about 2001: Space Odyssey.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I know what you're talking about. The little reptilian guy.
Yeah. That's instead of the
Skeksis.
Instead of the obelisk, they got those guys. Skeksis.
What they were called?
See, you just said it too.
No, it's not Skeksis.
I know.
What was the
Dark Crystal?
What was the lizard?
You just Googled it. Google it now.
Oh, okay. Hold on. This is hold on. Okay, what I typed? Lizard people of Land of the Lost.
Yeah. Skrillex.
Lizard man. Skrillex.
Skrillex.
The king of dubstep.
The dubstep is created by
Sleestack.
I knew it was something like that.
Sleestack. It looks like that little, what's that bounty hunter? The lizard bounty hunter. Bosk, yeah.
Bosk.
No, he looks nothing like that. But Sid and Marty Krofft, God bless them. These are some fucking weird, wild creatures they created for children to watch based on LSD-induced nonsense. All right, what are we talking about?
And in your opinion, what's better, Land of the Lost or Godzilla?
I mean, that's like saying, what's better, Land of the Lost, Godzilla, or one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater?
What the fuck does that mean?
I have equal exposure to all three of them, so I couldn't really even answer the question.
So wait, you never watched Godzilla movies?
Not, I mean, I've caught them when they do like a marathon when I was a little kid. I remember little snippets of certain ones, but I've definitely not watched them as an adult ever.
Well, I know which one's
definitely the 1998 one because it's fucking awesome.
The only thing that you really have to go on with your Godzilla, the only movie you've really seen is the 1998 Roland Emmerich piece of shit.
Correct.
How do you don't watch any of the movies I tell you to watch?
Correct.
So my movie recap is
I have to go with probably Land of the Lost. If
you're a fucking idiot, Bobby. You're uneducated,
dude. I have a
shit.
You
read fucking books, but you don't watch a goddamn movie.
You know me enough to know that
you don't like Japan.
No.
Yeah, I know.
No. If a piece of fantasy storytelling has some sort of monkey or monkey-like humanoid.
So it's racism?
No,
like reptilian? No, like monkeys.
No, I'm saying
if Godzilla,
we got reptilians in Land of the Lost too. I'm just saying I like monkey people in my shit over lizards. It's not racist.
It's kind of racist.
I enjoy monkey people in my
speciesist, at least.
My fantasy,
not racist. The species, the whole species.
You know, I am who I am, and I'm not going to deny it. I prefer monkey people over lizard people.
I mean, Godzilla's not a person. He's just a fucking lizard.
Okay, I prefer monkey people over just fucking lizards.
Giant fucking thunder.
That doesn't mean I won't spend some time with a lizard from time to time.
See Kong Skull Island?
I loved it.
Do you see Godzilla versus Kong?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you about. Okay, so Godzilla was not far after, but after King Kong, correct?
Yeah, 20 years, maybe over the 30s was Godzilla, right? Or King Kong, right?
That's true. So that was the crossover event of the century.
I mean, that was one of
Was
those.
that 1967 or something? Okay.
It was one of the first. It was like the third Godzilla movie. It was
Yeah.
King Kong versus Godzilla, because King Kong was big shit, you know.
Mhm.
And apparently, they made other King Kong movies too. There was a movie called King Kong Escapes, which is in the same.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of King Kong movies.
But no, in Japan, and what it was instead
So
of
they
King
like
Kong
got the
versus
rights?
Godzilla, yeah, and they had the rights in Japan to make them. So it's King Kong versus Mechani-Kong. Mechani-Kong
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
is a Mecha Godzilla version of King Kong.
Yeah.
But this was fucking 10 years before Mecha Godzilla. So Mechani-Kong, that shit predates Mecha Godzilla.
Wow.
So they'd already done it with King
Learning
Kong.
so much about useful things.
Useful, useless. It's amazing.
Now, are you a King Kong fan?
I mean, he's cool. He's all right. I like him.
He's like you respect him.
No, I respect him. I had Dream one time where
It's like I'm not I'm not a huge Sex Pistols fan, but like I appreciate what they did.
No, I got a lot of props for Kong. I mean,
You know what I mean?
my son after him. You know what I mean? I couldn't name my kid God or Zilla,
Yeah.
but I could name him King.
Yeah. I mean, you could name him Godzilla.
I mean, I could, but
This is America. This is America.
let's call him Zilla.
You can't name your child Adolf in Germany anymore.
I mean, not surprised, fucking fascist. And I'll let you name go on. Come on.
Yeah.
You can name your kid Adolf here.
This is,
I mean, Adolf was a pretty common name before,
yeah.
you know.
I'm pretty sure I've heard.
Yeah, but
I might have just made that.
probably just fucking propaganda.
I might have made that. But it would shock me. That makes sense.
Fair enough.
It makes sense.
Fair enough. So anyways, I watched a movie. Let me give you a movie recap of one movie. Okay. It's came from 1995, called Godzilla versus Destoroyah. Now I say Destoroyah, not saying destroyer, because it sounds like destroyer, right? It sounds like how a Japanese person would say destroyer. And they named it that because Toho, the company, and all their wisdom realized they can't trademark the word destroyer, but they can trademark the word Destoroyah.
They can make it sound Japanese as fuck and trademark that.
It is so fucking badass. So here's the premise of this movie, all right? It goes back to the beginning, the very first Godzilla movie. They killed Godzilla in that 1950s movie. They used a bomb called the oxygen destroyer, the oxygen destroyer bomb, right?
Oh God, that sounds terrifying.
And they use it on Godzilla under the water. Boom! Godzilla melts into nothingness, right? And that was the first Godzilla movie. So as I said before, every Godzilla movie after that, that was always history. That was always canon, that first movie. All the other movies weren't necessarily, but that one always was, right? So in this one,
So what you're saying, there's like multi-timelines.
yeah.
Okay.
So all the 90s from like
No, stay where you were at.
89 to 95, it's all one story.
Okay.
Between six.
Okay.
And this is the last of those stories.
Okay.
This is the final movie in that era.
So they were, I mean, were they planned that way, or is this like, let's just keep this story going?
So what happened?
Like this is this art incarnation.
This is
of,
called the Heisei era.
Right.
This is the 90s, right? And so the thing with this is they knew that America was going to make a Godzilla movie, and they already sold off the rights. And they were planning on this happening from the 80s. There were failed American Godzilla movies from like 1985 on.
Yeah.
Until that one in 98. So they were going to
Wait, was Godzilla 1985 an American movie?
Which one?
Godzilla 1985?
85? No.
That was Japan. Oh, what were the American ones?
So there was no America
Oh, okay.
until 98.
Until 98.
The original one, this is a whole other thing. Raymond Burr. Raymond Burr was in Godzilla, right? He was in the first Godzilla and in Godzilla 85.
The guy that shot Alexander Hamilton?
Yep. And now Raymond Burr was in those because they made American cuts and they added in an American actor. And they just used them in both of those. But Godzilla 1985 really doesn't have any of it.
Oh, I thought you had just said that they let the Americans try it in the 80s or something.
They'd sold off the rights, but America was in. And they had failed movies for 10 years. So at the end of the 90s, they're like, okay, we're waiting for America to make theirs, but they haven't got their shit together yet. So let's just make one more, right? Because they were going to stop. They knew they were going to stop Godzilla for like a few years.
And they definitely were going to get some fucking money from those Americans.
Exactly. So they just can't make them like, okay, one more. So this was their final one more movie. And they're like, okay, this is going to be the big one.
This is 1990.
95.
Okay.
This is going to be the big one. We're going to kill off Godzilla.
Was this in the theater in Japan?
Oh, yeah. Big seller.
It wasn't here.
Big seller. Yeah, it wasn't here. So I know. I wish it was here. I would have fucking, if I had seen this when I was 15 years old, I would have been like, holy fuck. this is the most amazing thing I've ever fucking seen. Like these 90s era Godzilla movies are so badass.
You know what? My dad told me that like his mom, like this was like the controversial movies of the time. His mom would let him go see Godzilla vs. King Kong.
Wow.
Because it was like too violent.
Wow.
Like 62, he was like 7.
See, that's all we got until like the 2000s. We didn't get any of this shit. Like all the shit they made in the 90s, all that 70s. We got some of the 70s shit. Like I knew Mechagodzilla when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Because those were on TV and I watched those shitty 70s ones. I fucking love them. That's where Godzilla tag team fights everybody. But anywho, so this last movie, Godzilla versus Destoroyah. The Stardust, Godzilla's island blew up, right? Nuclear testing underwater or whatever caused his fucking island where he lives with his family to explode. And Godzilla is a being that lives off of radiation. He absorbed all that energy, but he absorbs so much that Godzilla is on the point of fucking melting down and exploding. And now Godzilla is just a huge furnace of nuclear energy, right? So if he explodes, it's literally like the sun exploding on planet Earth. And if Godzilla explodes, all life on Earth will die. Now, in this movie,
this sounds really familiar.
In this movie, Godzilla, the whole time is like red and on fire, right? Like you can see his chest is all lit up. Like the puppet, the suit, there's like lights underneath it where he's just burning and there's steam coming out of him the whole time. Like Godzilla is just in flames. And so the humans are trying to stop him from melting down, right? That's the humans plot. Because in all these Godzilla movies, there's a bunch of characters that are humans and there's so many characters that really have nothing to do with the action. And they don't have anything to do with the characters in the other movies either. But it's just fun little stupid stories, right? So that's...
I mean, you got to show how Godzilla's presence is affecting various people around the city.
Exactly. It's beautiful.
It doesn't have to tie together.
It doesn't have to tie together at all.
It's like Crash. But it is tied together in Crash by racism.
Crash?
The lessons of racism. Crash. Never mind. Go.
Was that a movie?
Yeah.
The one with the people wrecking in cars for sex?
No, not the David Cronenberg. The one that won Best Picture in like 2002.
I don't know that one.
Oh, well, then that reference doesn't really work there.
What was I talking about?
You were talking about Godzilla, King of the Monsters.
Oh, Godzilla's on fire. So he's just like burning alive, right? And so they're trying to cool him down. And at the same time, they're digging a tunnel underneath where the first Godzilla was killed with the oxygen destroyer bomb, right? Well, when that oxygen destroyer bomb went off 40 years ago, it also awakened microscopic plankton from the Paleolithic era. And they absorb the oxygen. So it's not how these little plankton like start growing and coming back to life and they're just eating everything. They're melting shit. And then they turn into like aliens from the movie Aliens. They turn into fucking xenomorphs. There's a whole scene in this movie where there are soldiers running around dark fucking like corridors and they have these flamethrowers that are mounted to their side.
What turns into xenomorphs?
As if they're Vasquez from Aliens, right? These little parasitic bugs, okay? They turn into these giant xenomorph things. This is a whole fucking 20-minute scene that totally knocks off Aliens, where they're coming through the walls and they have the mandibles that come out of their face and they're spitting acid on people. It's fucking awesome.
Adam, are we going to get sued because your description of that film is too similar to the actual movie?
No, man. I mean, this is a good fucking movie.
It sounds great.
So
I'm very excited. So I'm going to this is the first one I'm watching.
It's on fucking YouTube and it's in English, bro. You can just...
I'm curious to see what a 90s Japanese Godzilla even looks like.
90s Japanese Godzilla is so good. And we never got that. In the 90s, us Americans did not get that.
Was this one? I don't recall this one. Was this at the... theater? Could you rate it at Blockbuster?
I never really heard of any of these until years.
Well, I remember Godzilla 2000 coming out. When they were like, fuck 1998.
Exactly. And they did that. They made a big push in when 1998 happened, and that fucking movie bombed because it was terrible. The Matthew Broderick one. So when that happened, Toho was like, okay, well, fuck that. We're doing another one. And they made Godzilla 2000, which came out in 1999. It is really fucking cool. It's a great fuck.
I wonder if there was something in the contract that says, like, if you fuck this up, we get it back immediately.
I'm sure there was.
Or we get like majority rights back, and you have to
it's always been Toho's baby. They did not give away any of the ownership of Godzilla. They're making money. They're like, you're allowed, but this is ours. Godzilla is not owned by.
Okay, how was Godzilla 2000 received?
It was received well.
It was definitely better than the 98 one.
Godzilla 2000 is currently on Hulu, and it's in English. because a lot of them listen like Pluto TV. It's all in Japanese. But is anything? I feel like
It's always ranked fairly high.
it's a fucking awesome movie. It is so much better than Godzilla 98. The Godzilla looks cool as fuck. Fights a cool giant ass monster. Like, it's a banger. It's a fucking banger.
Do you use CGI at this point?
Somewhat. There's some CGI. There's some really well done, and some of it looks really dated, but it looks still fucking cool.
Are you familiar with the band P-Lander Z?
Oh yeah, I play with P-Landers.
Okay, cool. Just make it.
Well, fuck P-Landers.
Okay, they seem like someone you would really like.
So I played.
Hey guys, if you like Japanese shit and punk rock, catchy punk rock music,
P-Landers Z.
check out P-Lander Z.
They have giant monster costumes. They really don't do this so much anymore. Not when I played with them, at least.
Well,
Anywho, P-Landers is great because they know how great giant monsters are. Godzilla 2000, fantastic film. Another one I want to talk about was the last of that era, the mid.
well, I was just about to ask you about that.
The mid 2000s was one called Godzilla Final Wars, which is also on Hulu right now.
I've seen that cover before.
This movie, okay, it has Kane Kasugi, who is the son of Sho Kasugi from Enter the Ninja, right? Kane Kasugi, the kid in this movie, was as a child in the second Ninja movie. He was the dude's kid in the second.
American Ninja with Dudikoff?
Oh, Enter the Ninja.
Oh, Into the Ninja.
And Return of the Ninja and Ninja 3 to Domination.
Oh, I love Ninja 3 Dumb.
Yes, that dude, Kane Kasugi, is in this Godzilla movie. And it also has Don Fry, who was like this MMA fighter that looks like Mike Hagar from Final Fight. Looks just like Mike Hagar.
I'm fairly convinced that those beat 'em ups extrapolated from all kinds of action adventure films.
In Godzilla. So I would love a Godzilla beat 'em up. That's like
They did. It's called Rampage.
yeah, but I want it with Godzilla. I don't want a fake Godzilla.
Oh,
Real
okay.
Godzilla. Anywho, I digress. Final Wars, right? Godzilla fights like 15 monsters. And some of it's CGI, a lot of it's suit work.
This is just pro wrestling, but with Japanese people.
Yeah.
And in rubber suits.
But in that one, in the Final Wars one, which you should watch, it's on Hulu. In that one, he fights the fucking Godzilla from the 98 Matthew Broderick one.
No way.
Kills the motherfucker like 2 minutes flat.
It'd be like Michael Keaton shooting George Clooney in a Batman movie.
No, dude. It'd be like
Alec Baldwin murdering someone on set with a gun.
Yeah. So, for my movie recap, I watched a lot of Godzilla movies.
Well, I'm not done asking you about Godzilla.
Okay, what do you got?
We're just going to let this Godzilla shit go real quick. I just want to sit at home. We have, as the stunning conclusion of the Godzilla series on Not For Everyone podcast, we have, since the debacle of the 1998 American production tries to take a crack at Godzilla, failed. Toho has since allowed Americans to start making more Godzillas and merging it with King Kong.
Yeah.
And these are all American films. They are, I'm assuming, being released in Japan. I'm talking about the new era.
The Monsterverse.
The Monsterverse. Okay, so where do we stand on this modern Monsterverse?
I like it.
You don't like it at all?
I like Kong Skull Island.
Yeah.
I've liked the Monarch show, but I liked a couple episodes. Things got really fucking lame. Maybe it'll get good. I'll finish it.
Well, King of the Monsters, I wasn't impressed with.
I was impressed with King of the Monsters. I was like, cool, they have Ghidorah and shit and Rodan, but like...
See, I legitimately, I've said it before, but like, I think I'm exactly the same. I've seen a lot of them, surprisingly, Adam.
Those?
Yeah, because
the monster,
this show and,
Yeah, but see, that's the thing, Bobby. Like, you haven't seen any really good Godzilla movies.
Well,
I haven't seen any of the really good.
What I was going to say is I was agreeing with you.
Shin Godzilla?
I really did like Kong Skull Island.
You haven't even watched Shin Godzilla.
I know. I haven't, Adam. I haven't. I've been trying to watch a lot more Brian De Palma films lately. And let me just take this segue into my movie recap.
Sure.
Very similar theme.
Just, okay.
Very similar theme.
De Palma? Have you watched some De Palma?
No.
I mean, I'm proud of you for watching De Palma.
No, I haven't. That was more last year, but
okay.
The point is,
last year was yesterday, bro. Literally.
There you go. Yeah, sometime last year.
It's January 1st, y'all. For us here.
So January 1st. So a few weeks ago, I've been off of work like sporadically here and there, pretty much all month. It's great. Work a couple days, take a couple days off. Anyway, A lot of time around the house, a lot of time to watch Christmas movies. I like watching Christmas movies.
Did you watch Batman Returns?
Sounds like you didn't watch any Christmas movies.
I watched Batman Returns.
Oh, yeah.
No, I didn't. I just watched Godzilla.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be honest.
That's the Christmas movie of a Christmas monkey.
And I watched the new Fargo. Fargo's fucking
Okay, I know. Okay.
Anyways.
Yeah, I just let you rant for 45 minutes about Godzilla.
All right, I'll shut up.
You're to listen to me now.
All right, you're good. It's all you, Bobby. It's all you.
You put those shackles back on. Listen to me.
I was going to say, yes, sir.
So I decided to buck the trend. We stayed home this Christmas. So like I had a lot of freedom with the TV and stuff, with the family. And it's just the standard stuff. There's nothing wrong with National Lampoon Christmas Vacation. There's nothing wrong with A Christmas Story or Scrooge or Die Hard or any of those.
I didn't watch any of those.
I didn't either because I came to a realization, a theory, if you will.
A theory.
We haven't had a Christmas classic since Elf. But there's been a lot of Christmas movies since Elf.
Okay.
None of them have gotten any traction.
Elf has gotten a lot of traction.
I'm saying since Elf.
I know. I'm just trying to think. So what else? What have we gotten since then? Is Elf pre the Santa Claus or post the Santa Claus?
Post the Santa Claus.
Okay. Well, that was bullshit in the way.
The Santa Claus is one of the last. I don't think it's a classic, but it's like definitely revered.
With a Netflix Kurt Russell Santa Claus.
People do love that movie. I mean, I think that might be the closest thing to a modern Christmas classic.
No, it's not classic.
But like, it's like the closest thing. It's called like a Christmas guy.
Kurt Russell Christmas.
It's called A Very Kurt Russell Christmas.
Holy Christmas Claus.
Starring Chewbacca as. Anyway. So we decided to watch some of the newer Christmas to see if we could find any gems, any new classics.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Okay. A lot of kind of like dipshit comedies. Sure. Which my whole thing about, we haven't had a great comedy since The Hangover. That theory holds up in this case as well.
You know, a lot of these little theories.
Yeah. I like to observe the world. So the first one I'm going to name off, not a fan of. This is the reason I'm taking stop looking at the screen. This is the reason I'm saying this one first is because we made it about 15 minutes and we were like, this ain't.
Well, you can't give that a shot. Go and watch 15 minutes.
Well, it wasn't good. It's called The Night Before from 2015, starring, what's his name? Old Seth Rogen and the kid from Angels in the Outfield. Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
He was in Angels in the Outfield?
Yeah, I think that was him. I think there's two people that look like that guy.
Wait, okay, tell us about the show.
Is Joseph Gordon-Levitt the guy from Third Rock from the Sun?
I think so.
See, I always kid you. I'm like, is that the same person? Hold on, I got to find out now.
He was in
that like heist movie that was really good.
He was in that Batman movie that was pretty good.
Yeah.
I was born in the office.
He wasn't Bane, was he?
No.
Bane played by Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Hold on a second. Just stay with me, Adam.
Marlene Barry, Robert.
Yeah, I think this is
He looks fat in that Hawaiian shirt, Bobby.
It's hurtful. Wait, he isn't the kid from Angels in the Outfield.
What? Are you fucking seriously going off? Get off IMDb.
Hold on a second. Who the fuck is the kid?
Tell your story.
Hold on a second.
About this fucking movie you watched.
It's not good. I turned it off. I told you. Hold on. Angels.
What was it called?
So Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Didn't even say the name of the fucking.
It was called the fucking Twas the Night Before or some shit. It's not good. Don't watch it.
What's it about?
Hold on a second. This is blowing my mind right now. Oh, it is just. And Joseph Gordon-Levitt is the kid from Angels in the Outfield. Hey, it can happen.
We went through all that.
Remember that movie, Adam? Well,
no.
Fucking.
I never saw that.
It's a baseball movie.
No, I didn't see that.
With Christopher Lloyd. So, yeah, I don't recommend Angels. I do recommend Angels in the Outfield. I don't recommend The Night Before.
Okay.
The Joseph Levine comedy from 2015. It is about they were allowed to like go party the night before Christmas. Yeah, exactly. I don't care.
Next.
I don't care.
Next. What else did you watch?
All right. The next one I watched is 2016's Jason Bateman, TJ Miller starring Office Christmas Party.
Didn't say you don't care.
Yeah, it's kind of how I felt about it too. But I was like, I like Jason Bateman. And TJ Miller is pretty okay. And Jennifer Aniston, everyone loves Jennifer Aniston.
Oh yeah. So how was it, Bobby?
But I liked Jason Bateman. I love Horrible Bosses, and I love Extract. Is the great one.
Great.
So I was
Arrested Development.
oh yeah, of course. Silver Spoons.
Yeah.
Is that it? Silver Spoons?
Family Ties.
No, that was Michael J. Fox. You dumb.
Wasn't Silver Spoons?
Yeah, it was. All right, hold on. I got IMDb up right now. Jason Bateman.
I knew I could show on this fucking tangent.
Jason.
Why? You should not be able to look. You're not allowed to look at fucking IMDb while we're doing the podcast, Bobby.
This is what, dude.
You're ruining it.
You don't listen to podcasts. This is exactly what podcasts. Yes,
Dude, fucking podcast sucks.
eat my shit. Silver Spoons, Adam. Jason Bateman, not Family Ties. You piece of shit.
Full House.
No, he may have had a can.
See, you watched that stupid shit, Bobby. I was cool. I was watching fucking Godzilla movies, motherfucker.
That reminds me. The other night I was up here cleaning the toy room. I just wanted something on in the background.
Boy, lad. How'd I spell it?
And I fired up season 2 of Full House just to see if I could, you know, catch up on some nostalgia. You just punched the air after
I was about to throw something. I was about to throw a glider at your star. I was like, I was gonna fucking toss this at that, and they're like, that's don't do that, Adam.
I want to see if I could stir up some nostalgia, and I did.
My watching
season 2 of Full House. The funny thing is, my wife came home from like the gym or something. She's like, "Are you fucking watching? You've been watching Full House for like 4 hours?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just pleased. It's just on in the background." I watching some fucking Full House before Michelle could even talk. You know that era.
No,
she's a little monkey baby.
They are fucking monkey babies. I don't like them. I don't like them to this day.
So yeah, Silver Spoon. All right, what did I just talk? Oh yeah, Office Christmas Party. That's about. They're gonna close down the branch in the Office Christmas.
Did you
party.
finish that one?
Yeah, we did. The Office Christmas Party gets canceled. They're like, hey, but if we throw a big Christmas party for this one client, we could save the company. Like that kind of thing.
Say no more.
So they throw a really extravagant,
really
crazy
say no more
party.
Next.
I mean, it's like I give it a 5 out of 10. It's better than 'Twas the Night Before, whatever it's called. All right, save the best for last, Adam.
Okay.
I really did save the best for last. I watched this twice because I threw it on. I threw it on just like late at night to see if it was any good. And I laughed so hard, I showed my wife the next day.
And she liked it too.
And she loved it too. It's a new Christmas classic in our house.
What's it called?
2008's 4 Christmases with Vince Vaughn and Reese Witherspoon.
4 Christmases.
Okay, so the premise of it.
Vince Vaughn in what year?
2008.
Huh. I mean, that's when he was doing all that shit.
Yeah. I mean, it's really, really funny. And it has like Jon Favreau in it. It has Mary Steenburgen in it.
How's she looking in that?
Oh,
really? Yeah.
Robert Duvall, Sissy Spacek.
What? Duvall?
Sissy Spacek, Dwight Yoakam.
Huh.
Jon Favreau.
Is this called 'Twas the Night Before?
No, I don't even know what that is. This is called 4 Christmases with Vince Vaughn and Reese Witherspoon from 2008. I think that this is the winner of the new Christmas classic Discovery Project of 2024.
I've watched 3 movies.
I started Fat Man, but I fell asleep as well.
Oh, the Mel Gibson one?
Yeah. Yeah, I fell asleep.
Oh, you know
I didn't
what?
finish it.
You know what, though? Since you say this, there is a new classic.
Oh, you're talking about the Norwegian one?
Violent Night.
Oh, yeah. Did you watch that?
Oh, fuck yeah, I watched
that. That was this year, huh?
Last year.
Okay.
With David Harbour as Santa Claus. And this Santa Claus, he used to be a Viking. He was an old Viking hundreds of years ago.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm glad you watched it. I didn't, but I'm glad you did like it. But when I'm saying like Christmas movie, I'm not
wait, hey,
a Christmas classic you can put on the TV with the whole family. I don't know if Violent Night would work for that.
You haven't seen it. Shut the fuck up.
Okay.
So no, you need to watch that fucker. You watch fucking Vince Vaughn, but you won't watch the fucking Violent. Listen,
I didn't say I wouldn't watch it.
But you haven't.
I said I don't know how that a horror Christmas movie really falls.
It's not a horror Christmas movie.
Okay.
It's a very
Krampus
it's a very lighthearted. It's like A Miracle on 34th Street with
knives and shit.
Yeah, with like there's like Home Alone level violence. But it's fatal Home Alone level violence. It's like I did have a friend. What happened?
I did have a friend who's kind of like a mom, and she is not a horror fan, and she said she happened to watch it.
It's not a horror movie.
Really liked it.
It's not a horror movie at all. It shows what you know. I took my kid to the theater to see it, and he loves it. We've watched it like 4 times in the last 2 years.
So that came out last year.
Last year.
Okay.
That is the new Christmas classic, I would say. is Violent Night, 100%. It's 100%. It's funny. It's violent. It's got Beverly D'Angelo in it as a bitchy.
Does she look like the creature from the Black Lagoon?
Yeah, she does. But she's all like Ponzi, so well dressed and shit.
Yeah, I like it.
And it's got John Leguizamo as the bad guy.
Okay.
And it's got like Christmas miracles. It's got little kids, a whole little kid plot line and shit. And Santa's like a really nice guy, but he just has to fuck some dudes up.
Violent Night.
Violent Night.
Okay. And then real quick, we didn't talk about Rare Exports.
Oh, Rare Exports.
That was a little later than Elf, I think.
Yeah, it was like 2000.
And then I'd say Krampus is a new classic as well.
I give Krampus a shot. I only watched it once.
Oh, it's great. You can tell the things that they were trying to invoke, like it's very kind of Gremlins-esque, like family, but scary. Yeah. So For Christmas is about this couple that doesn't want to get married because they come from divorced families, but they're like basically soulmates and get into some crazy conundrum where they have to go to each of their families' Christmases. Their divorced mom and dad's on each side. And
so what
hijinks ensue.
Like you're doing a Christmas classic, like you like you put on for the family and shit. Right?
Yeah.
Like my kid's not going to want to watch this shit.
It's pretty fucking funny.
My kid.
It's like slaps. It's like a, you know what it's like? It's like it could have been a Ben Stiller. It could have been Ben Stiller instead of Vince Vaughn. It's almost like a Meet the Parents level comedy.
And I don't know if I've ever shown my kid Ben Stiller.
I'm just saying, like, that's the kind of tier it's on as far as accessibility goes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, got it.
Yeah. It's like you could show your mom and shit and she'd think it was funny. It's still funny. Yeah. It's a 5.7 on IMDb, but I recommend For Christmas as Vince Vaughn. Hell of a cast.
What's Violent Night got?
Oh, let's find out. It's kind of fun checking IMDb live on the podcast.
Yeah, they should give us some fucking money.
Is this Sam Neill? Oh, yeah. I've been wanting to see this. Oh, you know what? Bad Santa's a new classic, but that's not really family friendly. But I do watch it every year. I watched it this year.
I haven't watched it in a long time. What did this get? What stars? How many stars?
Oh, I love David Harbour. 6.7.
Higher than For Christmas.
Yeah, this looks great. This looks great.
Oh, I'm glad that now it looks great because fucking IMDb says it looks great. Fucking cool.
Well, I'm watching the trailer on mute, and I like what I see. I like what I see, Adam. I'm agreeing with you and saying thank you for the recommendation, and you just can't take a fucking. So yeah, that's my movie recap. I think it's going to be a good 2024. You got any New Year's resolutions?
Let me get elected this year. Let me use my powers for.
Is the next one in the fall?
Good. Yeah, it's this fall.
Excellent.
This fall. I'm going to do that. That's my resolution. I'm going to try to quit smoking, but who fucking knows?
Well, that'll do it for us, folks. We'll see you later on in 2024.
What? Is that it?
Yeah.
That's it?
It's an hour and a half. We'll release that.
Okay, that's fine.
This would be like the fucking New Year's Day party or whatever.
You didn't even say your fucking resolution. You're like, what's your resolution?
I didn't say resolution.
You asked me one, but you didn't do one. What's yours, Bobby?
Oh,
and that's it, folks. We're done. No, what the fuck is yours, asshole?
I don't really believe in that kind of thing.
Then why would I have to do it? Why am I your fucking monkey?
I figured you did.
I was your Christmas monkey. I mean, New Year's monkey now?
No, well, we'll see how buff you get this year.
I was born in the year's
in the gym.
Not when a monkey's buff. I think it was like round and portly, you know?
It'll fuck you up, bro.
Yeah.
They're like Bluto.
No, monkeys.
They're like Bluto.
Look at Dunstan, dude. Dunstan's got a gut.
Yeah, they're not ready.